And
very exciting. Cupcakes and all.
Oh, so it's for the city.
All right, well, good afternoon, everyone.
Just curious.
Let's try again. Good afternoon, everyone. There we go. Show some life here. It is an exciting day in Noblesville. I can tell you, this morning I was driving into work, and I called my mother, who I believe was around here somewhere. She's over there getting swag at the table. And she said, Chris, this is a big day. This is an exciting day. And I've always thought that, but to think through the 38 plus years we've talked about this project. And in fact, I ran into David Highway, our county historian. Where are you, David? He found notes back to 1904 when they were discussing another bridge over the White River. So 118 years later, I stand before you here today to break ground on this transformational project. You know, I stand here on the shoulders of many, many, many people who came before me. Mayors such as Ditzler and Rowland and Logan, several county officials, many countless city council members who helped move the ball down the field over the past 38 years on this project. And it's our number one priority from our administration's perspective, and it's one that I genuinely believe will transform the city of Noblesville. We've talked about east to west mobility, as I said, for the better part of my entire life here in the city of Noblesville. And we didn't talk about it just because of traffic flow, although that's a huge factor that's at play here with Pleasant Street. But we talked about it in terms of public safety, making sure as our community grows that our police and firefighters and our first responders can get to scenes of difficult situations quicker. We talked about it in terms of our students and making sure buses can cross our city in an easier way going forward as well. We've talked about it in terms of patient care with our friends at Riverview Health, who want to make sure that patients can reach them in a timely fashion. Correct, Madam President Megan Wiles? Yes. We've talked about it in terms of expanding our economic footprint in the city of Noblesville. We've talked about it in terms of making sure that folks who want to get to downtown Noblesville can do so in an easier, more traffic-calming way, whether that be by car or by foot or by bike. And we've talked about it in terms of growing our economic footprint out on our east side as well, making sure our businesses along the 37 corridor are allowed access and folks to be able to get there in an easier way as well. So we've talked about this in many different ways. We've studied it in every way. And today I'm honored to stand before you to break ground on this transformational project. But as I mentioned before, I say too many other words, there are so many people who need to be thanked in this project. You're going to hear from our County Commissioner President Steve Dillinger shortly, but also thanks to Commissioner Mark Harebrant and Commissioner Christine Altman as well, if you'll give them a round of applause. They've not only been incredibly key supporters of it, and Steve will probably give you an elaborate history of how many times he's talked about this project, but they've been key funders in this project as well. They will be partnering to fund the bridge that will be located just behind me on this project as well, which is no small feat on an over $100 million project. I have to thank our friends from state government at the Department of Transportation who've been supportive of this as well as our friends at the Indianapolis MPO who've helped fund a portion of Phase 1 of Pleasant Street as well. I know members of the County Council here. I see Steve Nation, who's a big part of this. Who else from the County Council as I peruse the area? They are the key funding factors for our friends in the county and have been a huge part of moving the project forward. Members of our City Council, President Megan Wiles, Vice President Darren Peterson, Aaron Smith, who's also the Vice President, because Darren Peterson's not the Vice President, it's Aaron Smith. I corrected myself mid-sentence, Aaron Smith is here as well. Mike Davis I saw, Pete Schwartz was here, Mark Boyce is over to my right trying to hide behind the cupcakes over there. Brian Ayer is sitting down, special that I left him for a minute because Brian Ayer, ladies and gentlemen, told me he'd never support me for mayor unless I pledged to get this project done. And he's reminded me of that every day of the past 3 years. So Brian Ayer, this day is for you. He also said he wouldn't run again if I broke ground on it, so I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want to do, Brian. But I truly appreciate his support and so many others who come before to help push this project forward. Again, this project just isn't about improving traffic flow. It's about expanding our footprint in our community, helping folks gather east to west throughout our community. Not only will it be an east to west corridor flowing through the city, but it'll also be the Midland Trace Trail that will allow folks to connect to downtown Westfield, all the way to downtown Noblesville, where next year they'll pick up the Nickel Plate Trail and go all the way downtown Indianapolis as well. So thank you on behalf of all 70,000 residents who call the 10th largest city in the state of Indiana home, for being here today, for supporting us, the many contractors, the many partners who are here today. I hope you know how important it is. Not only am I wearing a tie, but my daughter just looked at me and asked what this thing was that I'm wearing over my clothes. It's a long coat, Vivian, and it's a special day. It's a special day. Here to talk more about that special day, please help me welcome to the microphone my good friend, our County Commissioner, Steve Dillinger.
You know it's a special day when Chris wears the tie. So we're very honored to be here, Christine, Mark, and I, and the County Council, and the part that we have been able to play along with Chris and the City Council and Allie and all the people that's responsible for doing this, what I believe is one of the most important projects Noblesville has had since the 40 years I've been in government. I started as a City Councilman in 1980. This project, that was before I think probably Chris was born. We started talking about what we're going to do about the east-west traffic. And our answer at that time was to make Logan Street one-way west and Conch Street one-way east. I don't think the people on Logan Street would like the bricks torn out and having all the traffic going down Logan Street. Nevertheless, we could not figure out how to bring Logan Street back into 32, so we discounted that. So we started talking about this project, Pleasant Street project. And kudos to Chris and your administration. He did commit that he would get it going. I am just absolutely so pleased. Nothing like this happens without a little pain. I remember when we were getting ready to build 4 lanes on 146th Street. They filled our courtrooms telling us we had asphalt for rains. Why are you building that road? Can you imagine what Hampton County would be without 146th Street now? Well, I can tell you, you'll be saying the same thing once these folks finish this project and we finish this bridge. How did Noblesville ever survive that? So, without further ado, I know you're cold, I'm cold too. Thank everyone for being here. Thank our partners. This doesn't just happen, guys. It takes a lot of governmental coordination for a project like this to happen. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Commissioners. It goes without saying that I know that this project will not be easy going forward. I know there'll be inconveniences along the way. But I promise you the end result is designed to support not only our community and its residents, but its businesses all throughout downtown. And I ask you to bear with us and use patience along the way. This project cannot be done without somebody who I want to highlight and give a round of applause to, and that's our city engineer, Allie Krupski. Where are you, Allie? She's little, but she's mighty. She's back there. She's the definition of a lion chaser. She dreams big and she pushes back on me, but she has this community's best interest at heart, and her team have been phenomenal to push through some of the headwinds that we have experienced. So this gray hair right here is the headwinds that we've experienced. So again, thank you, Allie. Thank you to our partners at Noblesville Main Street, to the Noblesville Chamber of Commerce, all who've come around us and surrounded us with positivity and a forward-looking progress moving forward. So again, this is a great day for our city. I'm looking forward to even greater days as we move forward with this project. Our goal is to have completion here in the next several years, move quickly to get this done, and we ask that you bear with us through that process. If you have any questions, please visit REimaginePleasantST.com. I've said that 1,000 times over the past year, as you can imagine, to learn more. But at this time, I'll invite Aaron Head, one of our downtown community managers, up here to lead us in the groundbreaking. Aaron?
Thank you, Mayor. And so this time, we'd love to have Mayor Jensen, as well as Steve Dillinger, Mike McBride, and Kyle from Made in Construction to do the first ceremonial turning of the dirt.
see it, photographers.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right. Thank you, great job. So at this time, we'd like to have the Noblesville Common Council members who are in attendance today come up to the front.
Marry somebody? I have a list. Do you? Sure. What you doing? Well, he can keep quiet these days. Put together.
There's a river right there.
River carries away all.
Shovels to the right on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got the members of the county council and county commissioners. Up to the front, please.
This one, and then of course there's one of the creek. You could. Yes.
Where you guys go shopping together?
Well, and then it's going to be perfect because you're going.
Okay. Robert? Okay, on the count of 3, shovels to the right. 1, 2, 3. I'd like to remind everybody we have plenty of awesome swag giveaways on the tables over to your left. So free coffee from Noble Coffee over there, and lots of gift cards to give away. Refreshments. Help yourselves. Next up, Mayor Jensen. Hope we didn't run off too far.
You should check out their
Deputy mayors. Check to that. Light.
They didn't recognize the work vehicle?
Caleb Gutshaw.
Well, I didn't mark it. That was the problem. I was like, dang it, I should have had my magnet on there.
I wish ours were as marked.
Oh, okay. It's good. Neighbor, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. They don't see it coming from a mile.
We got the chitney on Saturday. I know, it's so easy. Oh my gosh, I watched the video.
You get too far away from it.
Yeah. Okay. Best case scenario. Because it could have been Mark and I went over there playing with ideas on Friday. And I was like, well, let's just talk to like 5 people. I don't need to talk to one. So if you want to, flip a coin or something like that. That happens. They didn't even tell me to get a vote.
Those situations, like, what?
Sarah Reed.